What's up, YouTube? Alright, we're back at it again. This time we're going to be working on the exhaust side. No, not the cams, you'll see that in the later video. This time we're going to be working on the exhaust side. So, we bought ourselves a manifold for the 4B12. And, yeah, it would fit up perfectly fine, but now we don't have the 4B12 anymore. We have this 4063. So we're gonna go ahead and adapt the flanges so it fits on. So let's go get the manifold. Right, so I bought this manifold a long time ago. Just have it sitting here in the corner. Look at that masterpiece. Ooh, look at that. Alright, enough of that. This is a manifold we've been working with for a while. Boom. Look at that. It's a 4B12 or 4B11 manifold to a T3/T4 size housing. If I can get this. Also has a little V-band clamp for the 38mm wastegate we're gonna be getting soon. But yeah, look at this, guys. This just looks amazing. It's a real wonderful, beautiful piece of art. This is how it's gonna look on the block. Right, so we have the flange coming in the mail. So today we're just gonna chop these suckers off. Well, chop this flange off of the runners and take them back to Ray so he can weld them up. Oh, looking at this now, it's just going to look so badass when it's finished. That is just, that's real pretty. If I can hold it up properly, this thing's kind of heavy. So look at that, she's real pretty. So, I hope the flange, I don't have to modify these runners too crazy, but hopefully it should work. Alright guys, again, for being cheap eBay quality, this is a pretty thick flange right here. This is some good material, and these runners are really nice in thickness. So, like I said, it's probably, well, we haven't found what made this cheap yet, but everything feels solid. Take it to Raymond and see what he thinks about the quality of this. He'll tell me. But yeah, we got the flange cut off. Everything's looking nice. Almost straight. When I get the new flange and put it up against it and see what needs to be trimmed. But for now, it's looking pretty good. Alright guys, fast forward in time here. We had a bit of a bad news, but it's alright because we'll just move on from this. So, spoke to Raymond, said because these are circular and the flange, well, the flange is gone now. I put that back in the box and I sent it back. The flange is like, they have like oval, you know, openings. Said it would be too much, and also these didn't fully line up as well. You guys saw in the previous video, but they didn't line up as well as it should have. So he said, yeah, it's gonna be either a lot of money to fix it, but not spend that. I can spend that same money on just getting a custom manifold. And this is not even all that, you know, good looking anyway. It does look really nice though, really shiny stainless steel, you know. But we have to move on to our next thing. So it's not the end of the world, but we went on and bought ourselves a CX Racing manifold. This already looks 10 times better than that. Let me just hold this up for you like this. Oh, this shit's heavy. This is just, look at that. This has a lot more, you know, curvier and a lot more tubular looking. It's really cool. This is cool too, but that's for later on. You guys will probably see that pop up again later on. But this is what we're working with now. So, like I said, this is a CX Racing Manifold. I think on paper they say that it can make like 450 to 500 horsepower. You know, I guess, I don't know. We'll see what the specs on it after we start using it. But yeah, this will be a good manifold for now. I don't want to go full custom manifold. Well, the reason why I didn't want to go full custom manifold because normally you would have to take the car to a shop, to the fabricator, you know what I mean, so they can size it up and make their own manifold. My car doesn't move, nor does the engine sit in here, so this is why I'm going through this route by buying a manifold and modifying it to work. So that's that. So you can see 4063 flange, T3 housing with that little wastegate hanging off. The turbo's built to go that way, so we're going to modify it to make it go this way. Already off rip, this this area does not look turbo friendly, so we might gonna have to do a lot to make this work. We might have to bend this, but let's go get the turbo and see what we're working with. Oh, this shit is a big boy. All right, guys. Off rip, I can see that we're going to have lots of problems, but let's try and size it up. All right, guys, so off rip, this is not looking too good. Oh, I cut myself. So, to make this work, I have to clock it like this. I think it's heavy. If you guys never held a turbo before, you guys should hold turbos. It's really amazing. Damn. Yeah, nothing. Let's try and remove this piece. Let's see if we can get some. That's not even close. That's not even close. We might need to do a lot. All right, so now let's try this again. I don't think it made much of a difference, but we're going to be we're gonna need to do a lot. I think it's heavy. We're gonna need to do a lot to actually get it to fit. We might need to extend it that way, or shit, this might be an ordeal. All right, guys, fast forward in the future here. We got Mike, the Macho Man. He's gonna help us out with this turbo. He's gonna hold this up while we try our plan B, which is to cut off the flange and flip it up. If this works, then we might have an upside down turbo. If it doesn't work, then we might have to go with that 45 idea that we was talking about earlier. So, you ready to pick this up? Because you said that this thing looks light. You said this,
you know, I left something in my car.
Yeah. Alright, so I don't know if this will work because the turbo is like kind of like where it would be right there. But it's kind of like 5 inches above the block. If you guys look back in the pictures, I don't think we have 5 inches of hood clearance. So we might have to cut the hood for something like this. Or maybe we can cut down the flange because the flange does look a bit, you know, hefty. But I doubt we can cut it down like 2 inches because that's what we would need. Cut it down to like 2 inches. How you feeling there, Mike?
I'm not having fun.
They ask you how you are, you just have to say that you're fine when you're not really fine, but you just can't get into it because they would never understand.
It's not as bad as I expected, but it's not what I thought we'd be doing this evening.
All right, well, it's pretty cool just to look at it like that. But whenever you're ready, you can put it down. Well, guys, I think I made my decision. Honestly, RIP the hood, but we're gonna have to do this upside down. All right, guys, next day here, and you see Raymond has got to work again. You see those perfect, nice, colorful welds because it's a stainless steel. Came out really nice. So now we're gonna, next step is to, I guess, hold this on so it's no longer wobbling and start it up in the car. You can see the hoist is already ready for us. So let's get started. Alright guys, got her more or less in there. She can go back about half an inch into the shaft. If you guys can see, about half an inch into the shaft. She's already like touching. She's already like touching the shaft, but she needs to go a little bit more onto it. So I guess we're gonna have to make some space on the firewall up here to make that happen, but it's not that much banging. At least it's not that much. All right, so we got the intake nice and situated. We got the exhaust, lots of space. Oh, and you can see I took away the brake booster because it's just where the turbo is gonna go and where this is gonna go, it's definitely not going to fit properly. So yeah, it's just a bunch of projects. Just a bunch of mini projects in this one project. Either we can look for a smaller brake booster or just delete it completely. But that's more or less where she's gonna sit. She's gonna have a slight angle like that because, you know, when it's in the car, that's when it's in the Evo, it's this side that it leans on. Exhaust is up front. So always leans back in a front wheel drive. But yeah, probably not as steep of an angle, but yeah, just like that. You get the idea for that part. Let's throw on the turbo. Yeah, we're definitely not gonna have a hood. This is definitely interesting. It was gonna clear, but it wasn't gonna sit down there. So because it can't sit down there, it has to come up here. Even if it was bottom mounted, guys, that's what I'm talking about. But and then the exhaust. Oh my god, the exhaust. Looks like we might go hood exit on this, because I don't see an area where we can move the piping down to. And this is a 3-inch exit. This is a 3-inch piping that has to fit through there. Don't think that might happen, but we're not out of the woods yet. Let's get the engine fully mounted, I guess, and then we'll worry about exhaust later. But yeah, you guys could be witnessing a hood exit on a 944 Porsche. I mean, but it makes sense. Evos always have like hood exits. Sheesh. We'll see. Well, I did find one pro. Intake manifold fits nicely. Look at that gap. My measurements are on point. So now let's take it out. Alright guys, fast forward into the future here. Probably about a week since the last clip. And we got ourselves a nice Tau 38 wastegate. Perfect. This is the one, MVR, if you guys wanted to see the specs. But it's a 38mm wastegate. I believe I bought it off of MA Performance. And wow, does this thing look... Oh, this is pretty. What is that? This thing is pretty, man. Cool. Alright, so next deal of business. We're going to take the bigger V-band ring, because it's basically, that's the one that goes onto the exhaust, and take it to our favorite welder to get it welded. It shouldn't be too hard. Oh, it's also beveled, so it sits real nice on this thing. Oh wow, sheesh, I'm making this job too easy. Cool. Second thing is our brake booster delete. So this is a brake booster delete off of, I believe it's called Chase Base. I've actually been looking at this brake booster for a while. Brake booster delete for a while. Yep, Chase Base. I've been looking at this for a while, and I was like, hopefully I don't have to buy one, but sadly I had to. So I went with this. So you can see it's basically a Chase Base bracket with like a Porsche 944, I guess like the lever arm that attaches to the pedal, and then it's basically a Willwood. Wow, it's basically like Willwood. I could have just bought Willwood and make my own bracket. Whatever. But yeah, we're gonna try and get this thing mounted up on this nice 40-degree day in the middle of winter. So this shouldn't be too hard. No more vacuum assisted brakes. Going straight big boy. It's better for racing applications anyway. It's like, it's more predictable even though it is harder on your foot. Alright, we got the manifold back from Raymond. Look at these amazing welds. Nice. So, manifold is now completely ready and time to throw it on. We got our guest. He's gonna should go ahead and demonstrate how we're gonna put this on, right?
Yeah, after 2 or 3 attempts, but yes, we got this.
He's very confident, guys. He will not let me down.
No, I will not.
Okay.
I mean, I'll put the other side on.
Gotcha. All right, we got the manifold on. Now it's time to introduce this nice 38 mil tile wastegate. My tuner said I didn't need anything bigger, and I was also conscious about the spacing that I have. Now that I got this 38 mil, I think I can go for a 44. But this will definitely do for now because we have this HX35, and you know we won't be running that much boost. So, all right, so that's about it. We got the wastegate on. Nice little 38 mil. You guys know I had to go with tile. So that's about it for this video, honestly. I'm gonna pick the engine up and throw it back in a couple more times till we get the bell housing made. You guys will see that in the next video. So, all right, so it's real nice and shiny. Don't forget to comment, rate, subscribe. Don't forget to head on over to unsystematic.co for all your unsystematic needs. Just like this nice little sweater that Mike got on. Right?
Yeah, man. Unsystematic family out here. Join the family.
Yeah, join the family. You too can look as cool as us.
Yes, sir.
So, so man, this wastegate's just really nice.
It is really nice.
Oh man. All right, so I'm gonna end it off here. The comment, rate, subscribe. Never forget.
Never stop modifying.
Yep. Never stop modifying.